Boracay is one of the most famous islands in the Philippines, and after visiting 6 places here, it only ranks number 3 for me. Which sounds harsh, but honestly, that just means the Philippines is showing off at this point. I flew out to Asia on my own, met up with a friend in the Philippines, and our first adventure together was a flight to Boracay. We flew from Clark Airport, and there was about 13 people in the entire plane. Not 13 roads, 13 people. It felt less like a flight and more like a lightly attended family gathering. At one point, the crew actually asked us to move seats to help balance the plane. That's when you know you're on a small aircraft, when your body weight is considered essential aviation technology. So we relocated like obedient human sandbags, and off we went. Landing at Godofredo P. Ramos Airport was suspiciously efficient. We got off a plane and our luggage was literally being wheeled next to us like it was joining us on holiday. We walked into arrivals, someone opened a shutter, placed the bags on a bench, and that was the entire process. It was quicker than making a cup of tea. And I don't mean a proper one, I mean a British emergency brew. Tea bag in, water on, job done. Then you get a minibus to the port, then a ferry to the island. The ferry is fine, not comfortable, not enjoyable, but technically transportation. It's one of those journeys where you're thinking, this better be worth it, but also try not to make eye contact with anyone. Boracay knows how to flirt. The sunsets were my favourite part. Every evening the whole island just stops. Sky turns orange, fire dancers appear out of nowhere, and everyone films the same sunset like it's a limited edition release. It's dramatic, it's beautiful, and it's the one moment where Boracay absolutely nails the assignment. So we did a beach hopping tour, one of these classic get your guide ones that a lot of people absolutely love. And to be fair, it is a good trip. It just wasn't totally my cup of tea. But if you enjoy organised tours, this one ticks all the boxes. First, you hop on a banker boat that cruises along the coast for a while. This part was genuinely lovely. Proper postcard views, warm breeze, the whole thing. The tour usually costs around £20 to £30 depending on the season. And for that price, you do get a full day out. The first stop was Puka Beach, which is meant to be this quiet, untouched paradise away from the stations. Except it wasn't quiet or untouched. It was absolutely packed. Clearly a popular stop for every tour on the island. Still beautiful, just very popular. Then we headed to Coral Garden, where a guide asked us if we wanted to swim with baby sharks. Now obviously, yes, of course I want to swim with baby sharks. Who wouldn't? Except when she said baby sharks, she actually just meant fish. Not just normal fish. Not even large fish. Just fish. So that was a bit disappointing. This is also where I had to rent goggles, because snorkels apparently weren't allowed due to COVID in 2023. So I paid 100 pesos to borrow goggles, which felt like the world's most smallest but most unnecessary financial setback. After that, we stopped near Crocodile Island, which looks nothing like a crocodile unless you squint aggressively. And this is where the waiting began. Some people paid extra to go cliff jumping at Magic Island, which is basically a floating platform where you pay to jump off things. I didn't bother. Partly because I wasn't in the mood to yeet myself off a ledge, and partly because I was already getting annoyed with all the add-ons. When they came back, they said it was okay, nothing special, which confirmed I'd made the right financial decision. The lunch stop itself was nice, good food, good view, and a lookout point that was probably the highlight of the whole tour. Then after that, it was just a boat ride back to where we started. We also did a helmet dive, which is another really popular get your guide activity. And to be fair, it is a cool experience. Just not something I'd personally put on a bucket list. You get taken out to a floating platform, they put this big astronaut-looking helmet on you, and you climb down a ladder to the ocean floor. The helmet pumps in air so you can walk around normally. It's basically scuba diving for people who don't want to commit to scuba diving. You get about 15 to 20 minutes underwater, and the staff takes loads of photos and videos of you. And when I say loads, I mean you're basically being gently repositioned like an underwater mannequin so they can get the perfect shot. The price is usually around £15 to £20, which is pretty good value for what you get. And the photos actually come out surprisingly well, even if you do look like a confused deep sea welder. For me personally, it was enjoyable, but not something I'd travel across the world specifically to do. But if you like trying new things or you want a fun underwater photo for Instagram, it's a solid little activity. And I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check it out. The nightlife overall was fine. Bars, live music, fire shows. But it's more relaxed beach evening than wild night out. It's the kind of nightlife where you have one drink, sit down, and suddenly it's 10 PM and you're ready for bed. But I did find one bar I genuinely loved. Paraw Beach Club in Station 1 quickly became my go-to spot. You can sit outside with your feet buried in the sand, watch the sunset, order food and drinks, and just chill while people watching. It's simple, it's relaxed, and it's exactly the kind of vibe I wanted. I ended up going back there more than anywhere else, partly because it was good, and partly because once I find something loyal, I stick with it like a loyal golden retriever. I stayed at Boracay Amor apartments, which ended up being a really solid base for the trip. It's not right on the beachfront, but it's in a quiet area. The rooms are big, the staff were great. It was actually nice being slightly away from the chaos of Station 2. It felt more like an apartment than a hotel. Proper space to spread out, more make a mess, pretend you live there, all that good stuff. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out, and I'll do a separate review video on it soon because it was genuinely a comfortable place to stay. Station 2, the endurance test. Station 2 was a bit much for me. Crowded, loud, and you get approached constantly. Tours, souvenirs, bracelets, massages, emotional support, who knows. Even at restaurants, you'll get interrupted mid-bite. After a while, it becomes character building. I stayed 5 nights, which was probably too long. 3 to 4 days is perfect. Long enough to enjoy it, short enough to leave before you start noticing the cracks. Final verdict, a strong bronze medal. So overall, Boracay is great. The beach is stunning, the sunsets are unreal, and it's very easy to enjoy yourself. But out of the 6 places I've visited in the Philippines, it's number 3. And that's where it sits for now. But I'm heading back to the Philippines in November for a 4 to 5 week trip. So we'll see if Boracay manages to hold on to that number 3 spot. The Philippines is competitive. Anything could happen. And it's definitely worth visiting, just maybe not for as long as you think. And if you've been to Boracay, let me know where you would rank it. I'm curious.